Good morning, children. What we have discussed in previous class about the seed dispersal we discussed. What is seed dispersal? Dispersal means taking away the seeds away from the parent plant, or scattering of the seeds away from the mother plant is called seed dispersal. What are required to disperse the seeds? Agents. What are the agents we discussed? Wind, or air, water, animals, bursting mechanism we discussed in previous class. What are the seeds which dispersed through wind? Already I gave you examples. I showed you also cotton seed, milkweed, dandelion, orchid seeds are a few examples of dispersal of seed through wind. Already we discussed about the water also. What are the seeds dispersed through water? Coconut, lotus, water lily, palm. Isn't it? In the same way, animal dispersal. Give examples of animal dispersal. Mango is there, tamarind is there, neem is there, many more are there. Bursting mechanism also we discussed, bean seed or mustard seeds or walnut, almonds, all these are the examples of bursting mechanism. Isn't it? So here most of the plants produces seeds through which the germination takes place. The seeds gives rise to a new plant under the favorable conditions, that is air, water, sunlight. Okay? Fine. Now here some seeds are there in nature. Some seeds are there in nature in which the reproduction takes place through other parts. They bear flowers, but other methods are also there through which the reproduction takes place. Some plants bear flowers, but reproduction takes place through other methods. In some plants, the reproduction takes place through root, stem, leaves. The reproduction which takes place through root, stem, leaves is called as vegetative reproduction. So here what you are going to know about is reproduction of plants without seeds. Without seeds. Reproduction of plants without seeds. So, what are these root, stem and leaf? These are the vegetative parts of a plant through which the reproduction takes place. Seedless plants. These are called seedless plants and these are called the vegetative parts of a plant. Root, stem and leaves. Through this the reproduction takes place in some plants. These are called the vegetative parts of a plant. And the reproduction is called vegetative reproduction. Okay, fine children. Now here we know. For example, rose plant. Rose. Or you can say jasmine. And hibiscus. The reproduction takes place through stem cutting. Through stem cutting, the reproduction takes place in this money plant also. Money plant also the reproduction takes place through stem cutting. Now we will see what is this children? What is this? It is a potato. It is called underground stem. How the reproduction takes place in this plant, potato plant? You are seeing here. I am keeping this round circles. I am keeping the circles. See these circles and tell me. These circles you are seeing on the potato, these are called eyes of the potato. Eyes of the potato. When you cut this part and plant it in the soil, it grows into a new plant. When you cut this part of the potato with eyes and plant it in the soil, it grows into a new plant. Cut this part. Cut the part. Do this practice at home. Do this activity at home. Cut the part of the potato and plant it in the soil. These are called buds. Eye buds. New plants. You are seeing the new plants here? Children? You are seeing the new plants? So here, other examples of, this is what you call it? The reproduction through stem. Understood? Other example, here you see this. What is this? Ginger. Ginger. Here, this is a ginger. This is also example of reproduction through stem. You are seeing this. I will keep the circle around the bird. When you cut this part of the ginger and plant it in the soil, it grows into a new plant under favorable conditions. What are the conditions required to grow into a new plant? Air, water, sunlight. Okay? Here you see this. See. Clearly you can see the bud in the ginger. See clearly the bud on the ginger. You are seeing here. Cut this part. No need to plant full ginger. Cut it, a part of it along with the bud and plant it in the soil. It grows horizontally. It grows horizontally under the soil. Understood? So how the reproduction takes place through the stem. Another example of stem is onion. Onion, underground stem. When you plant it in the soil, it grows into a new plant. Bulb. This is also called a bulb. This is also called a bulb. Plant it in the soil and it grows into a new plant. These are the example of stem modification. And even you can take the example of a sugar cane. You are seeing this? No internal. If you cut this part should be there. Cut the part and plant it in the slanting position under the soil. This cut part should be there. It grows into a new plant. So I give many examples. Okay, children. So this is a vegetative part of a plant. Reproduction through stem, potato, ginger, onion, or what do you call it? Sugar cane. Isn't it? I give examples. Now next coming to the stem, root. Reproduction through root. Reproduction takes place through root also. Isn't it? Root is a vegetative part of a plant. You are saying what is this? This is a carrot. You are seeing the leaves here. If you cut this part of the root and plant it in the soil, it grows into a new plant. Understood, children? Cut this part. Only cut this part and keep it in the soil. Keep it in the soil, it grows into a new plant. So apart from this, this is a carrot example. Another example is radish. Radish, you know, children, white in color. White in color. It is white in color. Radish is white in color. So these are the examples of a reproduction through root. Other example is beetroot. Beetroot also, the reproduction takes place through the roots. The reproduction takes place through roots. beetroot, carrot, radish, sweet potato, all these are the examples of the reproduction through root. Next, coming to the reproduction through leaves. The reproduction through the leaves. How the reproduction takes place through the leaves? You know, bryophyllum is the example. Begonia, bryophyllum are best examples of the reproduction through leaves. Here I am drawing one leaf. See here, these are called the margin of the leaf. It is a margin of the leaf. Margin of the leaf, here you will get the small plants grows. From the margin of the leaf only, the small plant grows which bears leaves and roots also. Which bears leaves and the roots also. Which bears the leaves and the roots. So, this when it grows complete, leaves and roots are developed. This plant is small tiny plant separate from the mother plant and falls down on the soil and grows independently. This is a bryophyllum example how the reproduction takes place through the leaf. Margin of the leaf, the small plants grow. So, and when the plant grows, complete roots and leaves are developed, it separates from the mother plant, falls on the soil and grows into a new plant. So, what we have studied about this reproduction without seeds? Seeds will not be there. So, some plants are many plants are there, protons also there. Isn't it? So here you will see the already I gave understood children. If any doubts will be there, write down and consult with me in the online class. And here say one activity I will give you homework activity. Already I gave one activity before also I gave you activity about the germination of the seed. Already I gave you activity. Here say take 2 glasses of water. Take water in the glass. Take water in the glass. 2 glasses you have to take with the water. Here you are taking the water. Fill the water in the glass. Now in one glass, take the sweet potato. You are seeing these. What are these? These are the eyes on the sweet potato. The sweet potato should touch the water level. Like that you have to maintain the water always. Daily you have to observe. Why the water level will be decreases day by day? Because the sweet potato will absorb the water for its growth. Understood? So, when the water level decreases, again you have to add water. One thing you have to check is the sweet potato should touch the water. And keep the toothpicks and count the number of eyes on the sweet potato. Day by day, your day to day, observe the what changes you are observing. New leaves are developing or not. From where the new leaves are growing, that you have to observe and note down your observation. Here also, what you have to do is take a onion. Take onion, keep the onion on the glass containing water like this. But size should be equal. The onion size and the brim of the glass should be equal size. It should not keep in the under the water. Only the root part should touch the water. That you have to check. While doing this activity, you have to keep the water, you have to keep the onion. Next class, I want to see this activity. Everyone keep ready these activities, okay? And I gave you already this activity before class. How many of you did? I don't know. Already I gave this activity. It will take time. 10 days time it will take. What I told you, take 4 glasses, date and time, note down with the seed name, and take the soil. Small holes you have to make in the glasses. Don't make holes here in this. For this activity only you make the hole, and keep in the airy place where the sunlight and air is plenty. Open you have to keep so that the sunlight or air should get properly. Keep this bean seed, chickpea, corn and wheat. Date and time and seed name write down, and here you have to tick. The columns are given for you, 4 sample columns are given. For 4 samples you have to write down the name of the seed also. And on which day it is germinated, keep the tick mark. Line wise it's not compulsory. Some seeds will germinate first, some seeds will germinate later. So what you understand with this observation is, some seeds will, all the seeds will not take same time for germination. Isn't it? Some seeds will germinate first, some seeds will germinate later. Depends upon the type of seed. Okay, fine children. So thank you.